Last night, the Supreme Court courtroom exploded into a dramatic showdown when Representative Jasmine Crockett was forcibly kicked out of Chief Justice John Roberts' courtroom after a fiery confrontation during a high-stakes hearing, a jaw-dropping moment that left the gallery stunned. The chamber buzzing, social media erupting with the fallout. Sources say what began as a contentious legal proceeding, tied to a constitutional challenge involving Crockett's bold advocacy, spiraled into an electrifying clash, with Roberts' judicial composure colliding with Crockett's unyielding resolve, a spectacle already the night's viral bombshell. Before we dive into this explosive saga, drop a comment with where you're watching from. Let's see how far this story reaches. Crockett, the Texas congresswoman known for her fiery rhetoric and fierce commitment, entered the courtroom with a commanding presence, ready to challenge the narrative, her passion radiating. But Roberts, the Chief Justice renowned for his measured demeanor and towering authority, opened with a stern directive. "Ms. Crockett, your arguments are bold. Keep them within decorum." The remark, laced with judicial weight, landed heavily, and insiders say the gallery sensed the stakes. Some murmuring, others tensing as Crockett nodded. "Decorum? I'm here for truth, Your Honor. Let's proceed." The tension flared instantly. Crockett's removal ignited when she challenged Roberts' stance on the constitutional case. "Truth? Your Honor, your rulings sidestep critical evidence. I've got proof," she declared, hinting at overlooked issues, prompting Roberts' eyes to narrow. "Proof? You're overstepping, Ms. Crockett. This is disrespectful." His tone sharp, controlled. The gallery gasping, some murmuring, others filming discreetly, as Crockett leaned in. "Disrespectful? I'm exposing flaws, Your Honor." "You can't." "Silence me," her retort bold, resolute, the onlookers splitting, some clapping, others bracing, as court officers watched, sensing the hearing veering into chaos, emotion surging early. Sources say the chamber pulsed, Roberts' authority loomed, but Crockett's fire burned, setting the stage for her dramatic ejection. What's gripping everyone isn't just Crockett's removal. It's how swiftly it turned seismic. Roberts signaled court officers, "Silence? You're disrupting this court, Ms. Crockett. Leave now." His voice firm, rising as officers approached, escorting her out. The gallery stirred, some shouted, others leaned in as the clash took a raw turn, with Crockett's resolve hardening. Roberts' order escalating, the night charging toward a stunning, heart-pounding peak, the confrontation just beginning to blaze. The Supreme Court courtroom surged into a blazing spectacle last night, as Representative Jasmine Crockett, her fiery advocacy a commanding force, intensified her bold defiance after being forcibly removed from Chief Justice John Roberts' courtroom, turning a high-stakes legal proceeding into a viral wildfire that's already gripping the internet. Sources say, after Crockett's resolute claim, "I'm exposing flaws, you can't silence me," and Roberts' stern order, "Leave now," followed by her escorted exit, the Congresswoman doubled down outside the chamber, fueling a dramatic clash that's inching closer to a seismic fallout. Crockett, her tone sharp with conviction, pressed her challenge as she faced reporters outside. "Silence me? The public deserves to know this court's errors," her voice clear, as she detailed the overlooked evidence tied to Roberts' ruling. The gallery, still audible from within, reacting fast, some cheering through open doors, others murmuring, while a court officer inside interjected. Ms. Crockett's actions were disruptive. Orders restored. His tone cautious, firm, drawing gasps, claps from the stirred onlookers, the tension thickening with every word. The officer's statement fueled scrutiny. "Restored, Ms. Crockett's accusations are serious. They demand review," sources say. Crockett's eyes flashed, her stance unyielding. "Review? I'm revealing truth, not disruption. I'm ready." The comeback bold, laced with passion, the crowd outside stirring, some chanting, "Jasmine, Jasmine," others tensing, as court officers signaled, "She's relentless," their radios buzzing, the scene slipping from orderly to electric, the clash intensifying. A reporter's voice sharpened. "Ready? You've challenged a Chief Justice, Ms. Crockett. That's unprecedented," her remark acknowledging, stoking Crockett's fire. What fueled the blaze wasn't just Crockett's removal. It was her defiance post-exit. Insiders report a court. Spokesperson pivoted. "Challenged?" Ms. Crockett had her say, "but decorum holds." Their tone steady, defensive, and Crockett struck back. "Decorum? The people need justice, not silence." Gesturing at her notes, the crowd splitting wider, some shouting, Crockett's fierce, others gasping with phones filming, ex-posts surging. "Crockett fights on," one read, racking up likes, as the clash grew fiercer, Crockett's passion flaring. The courtroom's echo pulsed with raw energy. Sources say Crockett's voice carried outside. "Silence? This court's ruling sidestep truth, I'll prove it," her resolve trembling with conviction, and a reporter countered, "Prove? You're making waves, Ms. Crockett, but it's risky." Her words measured, probing, the crowd roaring, some standing, others whispering, while court officers signaled to hold steady, their hands waving, but Crockett pressed on. "Risky? I'm their advocate, not his gatekeeper. You're underestimating me." Her fire rising, the chaos swelling with insiders noting, "She's owning the moment." The night charging toward a stunning, heart-pounding peak, Crockett's defiance building. To a dramatic response, the Supreme Court premises erupted into a blazing emotional crucible last night as Representative Jasmine Crockett, her fiery advocacy and unyielding force, amplified her bold defiance outside the courtroom after her forcible removal from Chief Justice John Roberts' chamber, turning a high-stakes legal proceeding into a gripping display of resolve that left onlookers electrified, court officers scrambling to manage the fallout. The echoes of Roberts' order intensifying. Sources say Crockett's resolute claim, "I'm their advocate, not his gatekeeper," after rejecting a reporter's caution, met the escalating chaos of the moment, inching closer to her dramatic response that sent shockwaves beyond the court, a spectacle now dominating every platform. A court spokesperson, their tone firm but strained, tried to quell the chaos. "Ms. Crockett, your accusations are serious, but decorum must prevail." Their voice laced with urgency as they addressed Crockett's claims of overlooked evidence in Roberts' ruling. The crowd outside reacting fiercely, some cheering loudly, others murmuring, while Crockett's eyes gleamed. "Decorum? My evidence is the public's truth, not his shield." Her voice sharp, confident. The onlookers surging, cheers blending with gasps, as court officers watched, hands twitching, the record holding, tension soaring. The spokesperson pressed harder. "Shield? You're challenging a Chief Justice, Ms. Crockett. That's a high bar." Their jab cautious, personal, and Crockett fired back. "High? I'm exposing flaws, not creating them." Her words bold, trembling with passion. The crowd splitting, some shouting, "Go Jasmine!" others whispering, with phones filming, ex-posts exploding. "Crockett doubles down," one read, trending fast. The spokesperson's gaze wavered. "Flaws? You're rewriting the narrative, Ms. Crockett." Their remark probing. The crowd roaring, some murmuring, "She's too bold," others pleading, "Crockett's fearless," as the tension swelled. What turned the clash into a wildfire wasn't just Crockett's removal. It was her unrelenting stance. Insiders say she leaned forward. "Rewriting. His rulings dodge accountability. I'm amplifying their demands." Her tone commanding, laden with resolve, and a reporter countered. "Amplifying? You're a litigant, Ms. Crockett. This is a courthouse." Their retort measured, strained. The crowd surging, some clapping, others yelling, with clips hitting X. Crockett's fire live, racking up shares, as she responded. Courthouse? Their truth cuts deeper. Brace yourself, her voice steady, the scene igniting. The area outside the courtroom became a cauldron of raw emotion. Sources report court officers signaled frantically, their voices urgent. She's relentless, but Crockett pressed on. Brace? His rulings sidestep justice. My cause is right. Her gestures bold, voice cracking with conviction, while the spokesperson interjected. Right? You're pushing limits, Ms. Crockett. This is chaos. Their tone faltering, the crowd erupting, some waving signs, others live streaming, while Crockett stood firm. Chaos? I'm their justice, not his excuse. Her passion peaking, with insiders noting, she's owning the spotlight. The night hurtling toward a stunning, heart-pounding peak, Crockett's defiance building to a seismic response. The Supreme Court premises hit their emotional zenith last night as Representative Jasmine Crockett, her fiery advocacy a blazing force, unleashed a powerful, heartfelt response outside the courtroom to amplify her accusations against Chief Justice John Roberts' ruling, transforming a high-stakes legal proceeding into a soul-stirring spectacle that left onlookers in awe, court officers struggling to manage the chaos, the fallout from Crockett's removal intensifying. Sources say Crockett's defiant vow, "I'm their justice, not his excuse," after rejecting a reporter's caution, culminated in a poignant plea that shook the scene, pushing the clash closer to her bold action that stunned the nation, a moment already fueling a viral firestorm. Crockett, her voice trembling with conviction, landed a piercing blow. Excuses? His ruling sidestepped the public's right to fairness. I speak for them. Her words raw, vivid, as she tied her accusations to the struggles of everyday Americans, citing their reliance on judicial accountability. The crowd reacting fiercely, some sobbing, others cheering, while a court spokesperson's face tightened. Ms. Crockett, you're challenging a Chief Justice. That's a leap. Their retort firm faltering, the onlookers surging, cheers blending with gasps, as court officers froze, radios crackling, the record holding, emotion erupting. The spokesperson pressed the wound. Leap? You're stirring chaos, Ms. Crockett. Let's restore calm. Their jab urgent, personal, but Crockett leaned in. Calm? I carry their pain. This court can't bury my truth. Her voice quivering, eyes glistening. The crowd roaring, some chanting, Jasmine, Jasmine, others whispering, she's moving them, as phones filmed, ex-posts exploding. Crockett shakes the court, one read, trending fast. The spokesperson's voice steadied. Truth? You're escalating, Ms. Crockett. This is serious. Their tone wavering, the crowd surging, some shouting, Crockett's winning, others murmuring, she's too bold, as the tide turned. The clash reached a fever pitch. Insiders say Crockett stood taller. Escalating? My cause is their hope. Their cries echo in me. Her voice soaring, as she recounted systemic inequities with searing clarity. The spokesperson's eyes widening, their composure softening. Hope? You're passionate, Ms. Crockett. Their voice barely audible. The crowd erupting, some standing, filming, others sobbing, with clips hitting X instantly. Crockett's plea live, one read, racking up shares, another showing her passion. She's unstoppable, going viral, millions watching. Crockett pressed, passionate? I'm their voice, feel their fight. Her resolve soaring, the scene pulsating. What primed Crockett's bold action was her raw sincerity. Sources report the spokesperson gripped their notes. Voice? You've challenged this institution. Ms. Crockett! Their voice a mix of respect, hesitation, as Crockett fired back. Challenged? I'm their justice. Rethink your stance. Her words bold, the crowd roaring, some rushing closer, others chanting, Jasmine's truth, as The spokesperson paused. "You're heard," they stated, the clash teetering with insiders saying, "She's shaking the narrative." The night hurtling toward a stunning, heart-pounding climax. Crockett's heartfelt plea setting the stage for a response that would shock everyone. The Supreme Court premises soared into a heart-stopping crescendo last night as Representative Jasmine Crockett, her fiery advocacy and unstoppable force, unleashed a shocking, bold action outside the courtroom to amplify her accusations against Chief Justice John Roberts' ruling, transforming a high-stakes legal proceeding into a breathtaking spectacle that left onlookers in awe, the media reeling, the fallout from Crockett's removal reaching a fever pitch. Sources say Crockett's poignant vow, "I'm their justice, rethink your stance," after swaying the spokesperson's caution, marked the turning point that led to her stunning move. A dramatic gesture that silenced the crowd. A moment now, fueling a viral wildfire. Crockett, her voice trembling with conviction, escalated her plea into action. "Rethink? I'll show their truth," her words fierce, as she stepped forward, pulling out a tablet to display a recorded compilation of constituent testimonies about the impact of Roberts' ruling, declaring, "These are their voices. Hear them," her gesture bold, unprecedented. The crowd reacting fiercely, some cheering wildly, others sobbing, while the court spokesperson's eyes widened. "Ms. Crockett, this is outside protocol. Stop now." Their voice a mix of shock, urgency, the onlookers surging, cheers blending with gasps, as court officers stood frozen, radios silent, the record-holding emotion erupting. Crockett pressed forward. "Protocol? Their pain demands accountability, not his silence." Her words raw, piercing as she played the compilation, amplifying the voices tied to her accusations, the crowd roaring, some chanting, "Jasmine, Jasmine," others whispering, "She's unstoppable," as phones filmed, X posts surging. "Crockett drops bombshell," one read, trending fast. The spokesperson's composure faltered. "You've made your point, Ms. Crockett. We're listening." Their voice low, reflective, the crowd erupting, some shouting, "Crockett's winning," others murmuring, "She's fearless," as the tide turned. The climax shattered all restraint. Insiders say Crockett stood resolute. Listening? Their hope demands justice, not dismissal. Her delivery a blend of defiance, empathy, the spokesperson's resolve wavering. "Justice? Your actions bold, Ms. Crockett. This moment's noted," their voice conceding. The crowd surging, some standing, filming, others weeping, with clips hitting X instantly. "Crockett's move live," one read, racking up shares, another showing her gesture. "She's a titan," going viral, millions watching. The spokesperson nodded. "We're reconsidering, Ms. Crockett, your point's clear." Their words tentative, the scene pulsating, Crockett's action landing, their stance shifting. What primed Crockett's shocking move was her unyielding sincerity, sources report. The spokesperson stared at the tablet. "Clear? You've disrupted this narrative, Mrs. Crockett," their voice carrying newfound respect, as Crockett stood firm. "Disrupted? I've amplified their voices. Their trust demands it." Her words final, the crowd roaring, some rushing closer, others chanting, "Jasmine's fire," as the spokesperson exhaled. "You've spoken. We're reflecting." Their voice conceding, the clash teetering, with insiders saying, "She's floored the scene." The night hurtling toward a stunning, triumphant resolution, Crockett's bold action the spark that stunned the nation. The Supreme Court premises erupted into a soul-shattering triumph last night as court officials, their authority softened by awe, fully acknowledged Representative Jasmine Crockett's shocking action, displaying a recorded compilation of constituent testimonies outside the courtroom, transforming a high-stakes legal proceeding into a breathtaking spectacle that left onlookers in awe, Crockett's resolve radiant. The internet ablaze with the fallout from her removal from Chief Justice John Roberts' courtroom. Sources say Crockett's bold declaration, "I've amplified their voices. Their trust demands it," after stunning the scene with her gesture, culminated in the official's stunning concession. "You've spoken. We're reflecting," sealing a viral moment that's already reshaping narratives. The court spokesperson, their voice heavy with acknowledgement, formalized the shift. "Ms. Crockett, your actions powerful. You've made your case." Their words deliberate, resonant, as they accepted Crockett's point. The crowd reacting fiercely, some cheering wildly, others weeping while Crockett stood tall. "Thank you." Their voices prevailed, her voice steady, triumphant. The onlookers surging, chants of "Jasmine, Jasmine," blending with sobs. As court officers stood frozen, radios silent, the record capturing every victorious moment, Crockett's presence blazing under the media lights. Crockett's gesture resonated. Insiders say she continued, "Prevailed? Their hope fuels my fight. I carry it," her words poignant, as she tied her accusations to the public's demand for judicial accountability. The spokesperson nodding. "Noted, Ms. Crockett, you've shifted the conversation." Their tone, respectful. The crowd roaring, some standing, filming, others shouting, "She's unstoppable," with clips hitting X instantly. "Crockett owns the moment," one read, racking up shares, another showing her radiance. "She's a titan," going viral, millions watching. The spokesperson concluded, "We'll proceed, Ms. Crockett," their voice final. The scene pulsating, Crockett's victory sealed, the confrontation resolving. The immediate aftermath crashed like a tidal wave. Sources say Crockett stepped and, away from the cameras, "I stood for them." Her voice a resolute whisper, aides guiding her through a swarm of reporters as the crowd buzzed, while court officials retreated. The matters noted, their tone reflective, the onlookers cheering, some still filming, others chanting, "Justice served," as security cleared the area, the night's end a blazing triumph. Online X exploded. Crockett shakes Roberts' court. One thread read, "Trending globally, her action lauded." The official's concession a viral marker. The fallout surged. Crockett's tweet, "Voices break silence," posted later, pulling 900,000 likes, replies flooding, "You rocked the Supreme Court, Wakiu," with memes captioned, "Testimonies topple silence," flooding TikTok, Instagram. The saga's impact soared, Crockett's advocacy cemented, her influence spiking, while Roberts's silence sparked debate, some speculating he'll respond, others noting Crockett forced the spotlight, the clash a cultural spark. The ripple effects are seismic. Analysts call it a shift. Crockett redefined courtroom confrontations, or broke them, one said, courts eyeing bolder voices or stricter protocols, while the public splits, half roar, she exposed a chief's justice, half question. Was it too far? The moment a fuse for what's next. The saga's reach stretches beyond the courtroom. Crockett's brand skyrockets, her resolve unquestioned, her reach amplified, while Roberts' next move looms, anticipated. This isn't the end. It's a spark, Crockett's next fight. Roberts' response poised to ignite. So if you're hooked on this drama, smash that subscribe button now. Don't miss the next blaze.